guys doing today? Today's day 55 out of 75 hard. Today's quote is, "The only Zen you can find on the tops of mountains is the Zen you bring up there," by Robert M. Persig. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that last name correctly. But for me, the way I interpret this quote is, it's not the destination, it's the journey, right? Where it's the person you are becoming along the uphill battle, right? That's the way I interpret the quote. Let me know in the comments. So for today's reading, it was just talking about like when is the appropriate time to attack, to defend. Like one of the things I highlighted is, hence that general is skillful in attack whose opponent does not know what to defend, and he is skillful in defense whose opponent does not know what to attack. Right? So for me, with this chapter, it's just like the enemy doesn't know what to defend and where to attack, right? So you're always like deceiving. But one of the things that came out from the commentary that helped me was because I was like, okay, like if you don't know like what to attack, or how to even defend it, like what happens if you defend in like all areas, right? And so like one of the things is, for should the enemy strengthen his van, he will weaken his rear. Should he strengthen his rear, he will weaken his van. Should he strengthen his left, he will weaken his right. Should he strengthen his right, he will weaken his left. If he sends reinforcements everywhere, he will everywhere be weak, right? So I was just like, okay, so then how are you supposed to defend? And what he says, like in the commentary, is in Frederick the Great's instructions to his generals, we read, "A defensive war is appointed to betray us into frequent detachment. Those generals who have had but little experience attempt to protect every point, while those who are better acquainted with the profession, having only the capital object in view, guard against a decisive blow and acquiesce in small misfortunes to avoid greater." So for me, the way I interpret this is that you cannot defend everywhere because then you'll be weak, but you are kind of sacrificing a small loss for a bigger win, right? So it's like deciding like, all right, where do you want to like lose a little bit but win in the future, right? But yeah, the reading was pretty easy, but also very like interesting because it is true. Like you're trying to like not have the enemy like the enemy not knowing what to do, right? Because they're always on their toes, because they're like, oh, I think he's gonna attack over here, when in reality, no, you attack somewhere else, and they think, oh, like, you know what, like they're not gonna defend that, but you know what, you double down and you defend it. So it's very interesting to see, I guess, the strategies of it. For today, was definitely tired due to the UFC fight, and then watching the Hurricanes play until like 2 in the morning. So body was not used to staying up that late, and definitely paid the price in the morning because I was tired. Got a lift in, took a nap. It's just been raining, so for me, like my skateboarding is just really like I'm balancing just on the board, just inside, because I can't like do anything inside my apartment, and not just had a light jog before going into work today. So very light day, and then bro, don't know how this week is going to play out because there's a hurricane heading my way this week, so definitely gonna have to try to find times where I can work out outside, and like before like all this rain comes in. So we shall see. I'll keep you guys updated, but you know what, appreciate each moment because you never know when to last, and don't put yourself in a box, and bro, become the best versions of yourself physically, mentally, and spiritually every day. Have a good one.